Hello and welcome to today's poetry reading. I recently spent 2 weeks in North Wales, and amongst other things I have brought back some poetry. And the name of the poet that I want to introduce to you today is Christine Evans, and this is her book. And the place where I stayed most of the time is very close to where she lives, actually. And this woman is over 70 years old now, and she has spent many decades of her life on Bardsey Island. The summer months. She spends the summer months on the island. The name literally means Island of the Bard, or the poet, but it's also known as the Island of the 20,000 Saints, because it used to be a place of pilgrimage for the Celtic Saints. So it's a very special place, and I also visited the island for a day, and in fact the son of Christine Evans, his name is Collins, he's the one who drives the boat that would take people to the island and back. And it's still a living island today. There's an active farm on the island, and there's a total of 9 houses. So one house is the farm, and the other houses are guest houses, so people can also stay there for several days. And it's a very special place. So this poet, Christine Evans, she really knows what she's talking about when she talks about this island in her poetry, and she calls it the Island of Dark Horses. I will start with the first poem. I will read a total of four poems. And the first one has the title Unseen Island, and it pretty much tells you what this island means to her. So, let's have a drink to Christine Evans and Bardsey Island, or the Island of Dark Horses. The drink of the night is ginger liqueur. Ooh. It's very good. Ooh. Okay. So here we go. Unseen Island. From across the sleeping sound, the unseen island nudges at my consciousness. Wind-blown Enlli, nowhere more steeped in calm, more resonant of growing. There, air trembles with associations, and I am played to a tune I scarcely recognize. Easy as water, but earthed. Is it energy or faith that breeds content in me? Washed smooth, drawn out, molded to acceptance like clay on a wheel. So like a compass I am pointing always where you lie, elusive, shimmering, but no mirage, my unblurring. The Island of Dark Horses. Okay. have a smoke real quick. The next poem is called Hav Bach, and Hav is a Welsh word. Hav means summer, and Bach means little. So Hav Bach means little summer, and she's talking about the little summer in October, so the golden summer. And another interesting fact, the woman who gave me this book knows Christine Evans personally, and the name of this woman is Hav Wen, and Hav, as we know now, is Welsh for summer, and Wen means bright, so her name is Bright Summer. And she also happens to be an artist and a painter. And when you see the picture behind me there with the special crows, they're special crows. They have red beaks and red feet. And she painted those, and she gave me this picture. And she's a very special woman. And so we'll have another drink to Javi. Because without her, I would not know about this poetry. So. And here it goes. Hav Bach, Little Summer in October. Okay. The harvest was snatched weeks ago. Too late for anything but pleasure now. Lying all night, washed in wonder at the still mildness of the moonlit air. We have thrown windows wide to let it in. The huge moon brims begins to soften round its edges. It feels like sleeping on a vast resounding shore within touch of the sea. Though the air smells faintly of wood smoke and apples, and it is quiet, except for young owls learning to read movement and shadow. Question and answer. Warm flutter of breath. This stormy summer threw down and scattered grain, held berries back from ripening. But you tell me, everything does well with so much spilling, and the known body of the fields we look out over, stroked smooth, lies tender and mysterious with giving and more readiness to give. In the morning, our windows are momentary golden screens, streaming with moisture that has gathered gentler than rain, like a slow oozing, crystallizing joy. Next month, we know there'll be a hunter's moon. Yeah, because that's just how it is. After the harvest comes the hunt. So, let's move on now to the third poem. with the title Case History. This is a very interesting poem. Because, well, actually it talks about the wisdom of nature and how the truth can be distorted with words. It's a very interesting subject. Why, you should always think about the words that you use and the hidden meaning behind them. Okay, so, case history. There was a boy of 12 who'd never learned to speak, farm bred. He had not understood that he was more than livestock. Turned to dogs for company. Came running for his food with cats or chickens. And woke with no surprise at owl's homecoming or star's breath on his face. I saw him when they brought him in. His eyes were clear as sunlit water, held a space we promptly crammed with language. Beyond reach, soft wordless songs, the colors in wet stone he loved. Grass smell, the old humanity of touch. His brightness died, and we began to realize speech wakes in us so confident, so soon. What deeper dumbnesses might it disguise? That's a good question. You should think about that. Yeah. So, okay. The last piece, rather, I am reading is a part of a poem, a rather long poem, several pages long, which is part of an even longer poem, which is called Island of the Dark Horses. In fact, let me see. Oh yeah, there it starts. Yeah, so it's part of a very long poem called Island of Dark Horses, and it's separated in several parts. And the excerpt is from the part called Terce. It's only 2 stanzas I'm reading. And I chose this because it explains quite well the spirit of Bardsey, what it is to the people that live there, who spent their summers there. In fact, the farmers, I think they spent the winter there also. Okay, so yeah, one last drink. It's really good. Okay, here we go. This is a real place, small enough to see whole, big enough to lose our own importance, brings us back to our senses. Here we dig and sow and gather, walk and swim and watch birth, blossoming and rot, and take 10 minutes pressing, stretching, kneading bread, till something living starts to breathe and grow. Even what we read vibrates with messages. Little fly here. Oh. A tiny community of individuals thrown together as on a voyage. Contained, held steady on this rock, in a time out of time. Without mirrors, freed from seeing ourselves, reflected, except as close-ups in each other's eyes, or shifting fragments cupped in water's crystal, so shadows of all the others we have been float up and we begin to glimpse what dark horses we are carried by. So, what dark horses are you carried by? That shall be the question. So, thank you for watching and listening, and see you next time. Good night.